Welcome to the Madroit Podcast. We bring you bite-sized marketing and sales insights to help you level up, no matter the size of your business. Tune in and answer the big question, what does marketing actually do?
Welcome everyone, Jordan and Winston back with you. And on today's episode, we're going to cover 6 essential steps to make your paid ads work for you. This is a topic that so many business owners struggle with, and it can make a really positive impact on your business. So if you've ever run an ad campaign and felt like you're just going to maybe throw money into a black hole, or maybe you just aren't quite clear on if it's generating the right outcomes for you, then this episode is going to be for you. So to kick things off here, let's just give a quick overview of what is paid advertising.
Yeah, it's when a business pays to show its message in front of potential customers, right? Instead of waiting for people to find them organically through word of mouth or Google searches, they pay to get in front of the right audience faster. Examples: Google ads, Bing ads, display ads, social ads, retargeting ads, even TV commercials, radio ads, streaming ads, things like that.
Yeah, then if you've made it this far, you're probably thinking to yourself, Jordan, Winston, I already know. Let's get into it and let's do just that. The first thing that we're going to talk about when it comes to paid ads and how to go about it is to define your goal. What do you want to achieve? So before you even think about running an ad, you need to define if you're doing things like trying to drive traffic. Are you trying to generate leads? Are you trying to get more sales or even just build brand awareness? So having that mapped out is a very important element. A lot of companies or even people in charge of running social for different organizations will just boost a post without maybe having a clear strategy, because all they're trying to do is just get eyeballs any way they can. Having that goal really determines who you're going after, who your audience is, how you are adapting your messaging to achieve those success metrics. So with what I just talked about right there, what's one key element that you think is a crucial step?
Yeah, knowing your audience for sure. You wouldn't sell snowboards in Florida, right? So why are you running ads without understanding your audience? Using audience insights, customer research, and data from past campaigns to refine your targeting. The more specific you are, the better your ad performance will be.
1000%. And I think to go with that, once you've known your audience, you understand who it is that you're going after, it's up to you to create that type of content that's going to stop them from scrolling. We are encouraged now more than ever as an audience to keep scrolling and just take in that next piece of content. What are you going to do with your ads that's going to make them pause, stop, and then ultimately take the action that you want them to take? So doing things like using high quality images or engaging videos, even strong headlines to just make your audience stop for a second and give you the consideration are all items that you can really look to hone in on. Your messaging is something that I want to provide a little bit more insight into. I think something that goes a little bit unnoticed sometimes, where it really needs to be clear, it needs to be benefit driven, and your audience should understand what's in it for them, right? Make the offer clear, make everything just as easy for them to digest as possible to get them ultimately to take that next step.
Absolutely. Yeah, something with that benefit-driven piece. One of the next things we want to talk about is having a great offer and great call to action, a CTA. And having that benefit-driven piece is so important because you want the benefit, right? The end result to be there. But that call to action is really just what's the easiest first step someone has to make in order to get there, right? So if your offer isn't compelling, no amount of targeting will save you, whether it's a discount, a free resource, an exclusive deal, make it something your audience is going to feel like they need, right? And then your call to action needs to be crystal clear. So again, benefit, and then that next action of shop now, download the free guide, claim your offer, et cetera, et cetera. Make it easy for people to get to that next step.
So next thing that we need to do is we need to optimize. We need to optimize for your conversions that you really have defined in your strategy. So whatever you have defined in your strategy as the conversion that you want to achieve is what we are going to optimize our reporting for, to make sure that we are showing the true results that your campaign is generating for you. So your ad is really only half the battle, if that sometimes. There's so many other things to consider. And one of those things would be, is your landing page slow? Is your landing page confusing or difficult to navigate? Does it show up great on desktop, but still not showing up quite the way that it should be on mobile? So those are all things that can result in you losing potential customers, clients, patients, what have you. So with that, now that we have created our CTA, we have our strategy, we've done all these things, we've optimized for those conversions. Is it just set it and forget it? Is it left and done right then and there? Or do we need to do more?
I think we need to do more. Based on that lead in, I think so. But no, absolutely, we need to do more. Like, we need to test things. We need to track and adjust. We don't want to test a million things. We want to test a few big things at a time, if that. One big test, A/B test your headlines, the images you use, and the audiences you go after. You could run multiple creatives. What works today might not work in a month or next season or next year. Using analytics to track results and optimize in real time, amazing. If an ad isn't working, tweak it. Don't just throw money at the wall and hope something sticks, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of times what can happen in the paid space is that it's okay. Google's always telling me that my campaign's underfunded, right? Yes,
Yeah.
they will continue to push you. There is some truth to what comes out of that, but the other thing to really pay attention to is your segmentation, right? So how have you built your audience? How are we structuring that? Is it a specific geography that's performing better than a different geography? And then what are the kind of the crucial factors that are leading into that? So I think doing things like adding in some specific tools to show the journey that those folks are taking once they come to your website. But then additionally, if there's opportunity to pair it with something like retargeting, so that if they get to a certain stage and we know, man, we're losing them right before they hit the buy button or the pay button or whatever, then, okay, we can bring them back with a retargeting campaign that brings them back to your website to finish what they started. I think those are all really valuable pieces that kind of go along with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Those 6 simple things, you do those right and consistently, you are setting yourself up for success, right?
I would agree. I would really consider phishing as almost like an appropriate analogy for running paid ads. You have to factor in so many things, but you can't just cast a line anywhere when it comes to phishing and expect to be successful. You could certainly get lucky. Like, that can happen, and you may want to take that and just think like that's the path forward. But chances are you're going to waste time and resources instead. So really, if you're knowing what fish that you're really specifically trying to catch, that's understanding your audience, right? Using the right bait, that's your compelling ads and your creative and your offers. Casting your line in the right parts of the water that you're in. It's really, I think, a nod to targeting the right audiences and using the right platforms with your paid ads. And then you're adjusting your technique if you're not getting the desired outcomes, right? So you're casting that line out there, you think you got all the right spots and nothing's biting. You're just going to keep doing that. So then it's time to make those adjustments, make those tweaks, and ultimately delivering the results that you want.
Love it.
All right. So in all, the goal here for paid ads is doing those 6 simple steps that we talked to. Define your goal, know your audience, create those scroll stopping creatives, have a great offer in CTA, call to action, optimize for conversions, and lastly, test, track, and adjust the campaigns as needed. Follow those steps, guys, and you'll see improvement in your ad performance and have a clear strategy designed to deliver the result that you need to level up your business.
That's all for this episode of the Madroit Podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions that you want us to talk about on the pod or want to get in touch with us, please visit madroitmarketing.com/podcast. Thanks for listening.